Hi, I'm Mike Rowan with WSRE TV, and we are presenting our 10th season of our Studio Amped concert series. And we are honored to have with us this evening the internationally acclaimed gospel music artist Solomon Bozeman. Solomon, thank you so much.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
There's such a deep and rich history and tradition in gospel that I'd like our viewers to understand what your approach is. What type of style or what type of sound do you seek to create with your music?
Well, the sound that we have is one given from God. Everybody have a God-given talent, and my talent is where I just play music, and sometimes people think it has a R&B flavor, contemporary gospel flavor, or soulful flavor, uh, but it's just really anointed music from God that allow us to reach all audiences, whether in church or in other venues of the world, just out in the world. We just play music, and we have a following all over the world. Thank be to God.
Well, let me ask you a little bit about that because you have a very amazing and impressive resume, which I believe includes the Harlem Gospel Choir. You've played all over the world. Just tell us a little bit about your musical experiences.
Well, just to be short and direct, I was the music director for the world famous Harlem Gospel Choir for several years, about 4 or 5 years. Um, we we then contracted to work with another group in Germany called the Very Best of Black Gospel, and along with my group, we've toured France, all parts of Ireland, uh, Venezuela, all over the world. We toured Japan, everywhere with my group, and also working in Germany exclusively with the very best of black gospel, and also working with uh, the Harlem Gospel Choir, the world famous Harlem Gospel Choir. That choir is known all over the world, and it was a blessing for me to be able to be a part of that.
Well, let me just mention that Studio Amped presents regional artists playing original music. You've been all over the world, and yet I believe you hail from Pensacola, Florida. What do you attribute to your musical background? What part did Pensacola play in your musical development?
Well, I grew up in church playing music. I really enjoy playing music in the church, so that's where my musical history come from the church. And from there, as I got older, I played in local bands and stuff. I played for a group called Otis Jackson and the New Breed. We played for that's a local band here in this area. And then we went off Nashville, played with a group there, a secular group there, and we just got our feet wet, so to speak, in the music industry from that point on. And we considered a blessing. I considered it a blessing to be able to do so. But I got my musical roots right here in Pensacola, listening to all of the musicians that was before me and that preceded me. They kind of opened doors for me to be able to do what I'm doing.
I have one more question, and that's about your songwriting process. I would imagine when you're writing sacred music that you do feel a certain level of inspiration, and yet is there a particular method to writing songs for you or music for you?
Well, not for me, and I know that's kind of strange to say, because everybody have a methodology. But me, my music is more soulful, come from my heart. Uh, I necessarily, I don't necessarily write music for the church only. I write music that heals people, and that means a lot of time my music is played on secular radio stations, and people all over the world listen to. I played in opera houses across the world. I played in big venues all over the world, and they're not necessarily church people. They are people who just love good music, and that's why I label my music soul gospel, because it reaches the soul of people and it touches man right where he is, and everybody can enjoy it, and it has a positive message that draws people together. So that's my methodology. My methodology is just right from my heart. If I had to have a a way of writing. I just write from my heart, and so far God has blessed me to have people who appreciate that.
Solomon, we thank you for being a part of our Studio Amped series, and we are happy to present our 10th anniversary of the Studio Amped concert series, and we thank you, the viewer, for tuning in to WSRE TV.